live, baby. We're live.
Okay, we should be live on the correct stream now. So hello and welcome to everyone who's watching the Melanin the Melanin channel. I can see it now, so we should be live on the correct one now.
Okay, I'm gonna let you know if it goes live.
It should be.
There it is.
It's showing.
All right, there we go. There we go. There we go.
And I had such an amazing intro, you guys. I'm gonna have to do it again. Okay, if you were with me on the other one, you're gonna hear it again. I'm so sorry because it was great. It was fantastic. It was wonderful. And then I messed it up. Okay. Hello, welcome to everyone who's watching the Writerish Melanin channel, wherever this day may have found you. I'm so glad that you are here. My name is Chelsea, better known as CM Lockhart, and I'm here with the one, the only, the amazing, the incomparable Audra Russell. And we are here to bring some melanin to your pages. And this is the Melanin Chat. And as I said before, this is a special Melanin Chat because we have made it to the end of 2023 as far as the Melanin Chat is concerned. Because, you know, we still got like a month left. But this is the last Melanin Chat for 2023, season 4. We have made it 13 episodes. So here we are thriving and doing great. So that being said, you guys, good morning to everyone who is watching. So Ben is here, Portia is here, La is here, Read Love Listen is here, J Monet is here. So good morning. Good morning, good morning. Sorry if you were in. And just so y'all know, Audra is having a really great morning because she's got her eggnog and whiskey all ready. Turkey Day ain't even until another like 2 days. And she already
10 o'clock in the morning and I'm having whiskey. It has been a rough month for me, y'all.
That's fair. That's fair. I love how La's like, is she drinking milk from a wine glass? Yes, she is.
Eggnog. Eggnog. It's egg.
It's still milk.
But you know. Yeah, it's still milk.
I have my green tea latte.
I need to spoil myself. I need to feel fancy.
I mean, you know me, I'm all for and self-indulgence. I'm not going to keep you from being great. That's just not who I am. So.
You know, I almost wore a yellow shirt today.
This is my A&T sweatshirt. So. Don't even start that. Don't even start that. Okay? You and your eggnog and your whiskey and your kind of halfway HBCU self can stay over there. All right? We're not going to do that.
Halfway? Ma'am? What are you talking about?
We're not going to talk about the greatest HBCU. All right? We're just
okay, that's right, because that would be Hampton.
No, it wouldn't.
But you know, that's not that. Yes, it really would.
Y'all really wish.
Really would.
Okay.
Really would.
Okay.
Anyway. Like you can keep that nasty sweet potato pie of yours.
You know what? Audra has been choosing violence all morning, okay? Because here she come in my DMs first thing in the morning. It's not even double digits in the hours yet. And here she come talking about pumpkin pie.
I gave you topics. That's all I gave you. I said we could talk about the great pie debate. Sweet potato pie is okay. But I need pumpkin pie.
You know, let's get into these books. I'm going to let Audra go first.
I need sugar in my grit.
Audra is giving you her spotlight. There you go. You gonna argue like this moment.
I am. Anyway. There's no show this week. There was no show last week. I'm on a break. But next week, I do have a show coming up. And it is this book that I read already. And it is by Cheryl Head. It's called Time's Undoing. It was such a good book. She was on my show a few months ago for a different book. But I loved this book so much, I asked her to come back, and she agreed to come back next week. So, oh shit, and the stuff ain't on the back. Where's the? Okay, that's
okay. Just so y'all know, content warning, I guess. This is the adult version since it's the last episode of the Melanin Chat, because that whiskey got her system real quick. We're not even 10 minutes into the chat.
I have no tolerance for liquor. So when I get live,
good Lord. I hope y'all are signed up for the Melanin. I hope y'all are signed up for the after chats because I can already feel it in my bones. So this is going to be a good one. Anyway, continue the book.
Okay. In Cheryl A. Head's powerful novel, a young black journalist is determined to reclaim her family's history by uncovering the truth behind her great-grandfather's murder decades ago in segregated Birmingham, Alabama. Inspired by Cheryl's own family history, Time's Undoing is at once a tender portrait of one family's journey toward healing, a searing indictment of racial injustice in America, and a hopeful plea for a better future. Birmingham, 1929. Robert Lee Harrington, a master carpenter, has just moved to Alabama to pursue a job opportunity, bringing along his pregnant wife and young daughter. Birmingham is in its heyday, known as the Magic City, for its booming steel industry, and while Robert and his family find much to enjoy in the city's busy markets and vibrant nightlife, it's also a stronghold for the Klan. And with his beautiful light-skinned wife and snazzy car, Robert begins to worry that he might be drawing the wrong kind of attention. Detroit, 2019. Megan McKenzie, the youngest reporter at the Detroit Free Press, has grown up hearing family lore about her great-grandfather's murder, but no one knows the full story of what really happened back then, and his body was never found. Determined to find answers to her family's long-buried tragedy, and spurred by the urgency of the Black Lives Matter movement, Megan travels to Birmingham. But as her investigation begins to uncover dark secrets that spider across both the city and time, her life may be in danger. Inspired by true events, Time's Undoing is at once a passionate tale of one woman's quest for the truth behind the racially motivated trauma that has haunted her family for generations, and also as newfound friends and supporters in Birmingham rally around Megan's search, the uplifting story of a community coming together to fight for change. And it was such a good book. I read it. I read it in like a day and a half.
Oh wow.
It was really good. Yeah. Yeah.
It sounds intriguing. I'm not going to read it because, history and racism. Nah, not my bag. But
yeah, but it's not like, it's not what you think. It really, you do see, you don't like see him get murdered like the father, but you see how successful he is. Like, he's a master carpenter, and you see him dealing a little bit with oh, your mic cut out. Can't hear you no more. You can't hear me?
Oh wait, you came back. But I don't know what you just said, but that's okay.
Okay. It's like he's a master carpenter. Back in those times, he was doing very, very well for himself, had a very, very nice car. You know why folks don't like that. But it's really more about the present day, the granddaughter, or I guess great-granddaughter, she's trying to figure out what happened. Mm-hmm. So it's like a mystery. And it was really good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. So.
Awesome.
Hey, that's my song. We love listening to everybody in the club getting tipsy.
You know what?
That's the song.
I can't with you.
Everybody in the getting tipsy.
All right. Okay. It's my turn.
It's your time.
We are never letting Audra have whiskey.
Sweet potato pie is whatever. It is pumpkin pie.
The book that I'm telling you guys about today is I'm Telling the Truth, But I'm Lying. And I have the book this time. Look at me.
All right.
And y'all are going to be doubly shocked because, as you can see, I've actually been reading this book slowly but surely, making my way through it. And it is actually really good. So
did you get that while you were in California?
I did, and I got it from a store that we're not going to talk about because I got beef with that store right now. But at the time, I didn't. So I got it from there. It's a black-owned bookstore in California. Really, the store itself was fine. It's just some things have not gone the way that they were supposed to have gone that have made me upset as a person. So that being said, the book that I picked up.
That's right, Fred.
This book. I'm just not gonna let me talk today, y'all. I can see it already.
I'm sorry, he's doing the song, and that's my jam. When I tell you, I will drop it like it's hot in the middle of a grocery store if that comes on. I will.
I can't.
Okay,
Anyway, in the book is like a memoir, nonfiction, like essays type thing, and it is by I think you say her name, Bassie Ickby. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm not entirely sure. She's a Nigerian-American writer, ex-poet, constant mental health advocate, underachieving overachiever, and memoir procrastinator who lives in Maryland with her soccer superstar son. And I was just like, oh, okay. And in the book, the part that I have read anyway, the thing that made me pick it up is that she's an ex-poet. And so even though it's nonfiction and it's like a memoir, it has like the flow and rhythm of actual poetry. So it's really easy to read. It's not dense in that way. And then she talks about, you know, how she has memories and stuff of things that have shaped her, but obviously they're colored by not remembering the exact day and time. And it's very interesting. Anyway, the description from the back of the book reads, "And I'm telling the truth, but I'm lying. Bassie Ikpe explores her life as a Nigerian-American immigrant, a Black woman, a slam poet, a mother, a daughter, an artist, through the lens of her mental health and diagnosis of bipolar II and anxiety. Her remarkable memoir and essays implodes our preconceptions of the mind and normalcy as Bassie bears her own truths and lies for us all to behold with radical honesty and brutal intimacy. From her early childhood in Nigeria through her adolescence in Oklahoma, Bassie Ikpe lived with a tumult of emotions, cycling between extreme euphoria and deep depression, sometimes within the course of a single day. By the time she was in her early 20s, Bassie was a spoken word artist and traveling with HBO's Deaf Poetry Jam, channeling her life into art. But beneath the facade of the confident performer, Bassie's mental health was in a precipitous decline, accumulating in a breakdown that resulted in hospitalization and a diagnosis of bipolar II. And I'm telling the truth, but I'm lying. Bassie Ikpe breaks open our understanding of mental health by giving us intimate access to her own. Exploring shame, confusion, medication, and family in the process, Bassie looks at how mental health impacts every aspect of our lives, how we appear to others, and more importantly to ourselves, and challenges our preconception about what it means to be normal. Viscerally raw and honest, the result is an exploration of the stories we tell ourselves to make sense of who we are and the ways, as honest as we try to be, each of these stories can also be a lie." So,
The cover is trippy.
it is. That's actually how I found it. We were in the store and then Ben was like, "Hey, I want you to read this cover." And I was like, "I'm telling the truth, but I'm lying." He was like, "Of course you would read it like that." Like I had to struggle with it. And I'm just like, yeah.
Because for real, I was like, what are those white words say? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, it's upside down.
It's upside down. And the book itself, like I said, is really interesting.
Totally wrong. I would have said, I'm lying, telling I'm the butt truth.
I'm so dead.
Because this is how my brain works. I must read things in order.
Whew, you got to read it from top to bottom and then bottom to top. That's actually like a poetry method too, where if you can read the same poem from top to bottom, but then if you flip it and read it from bottom to top, it's something completely different. So, yeah. Anyway, I would actually recommend that you pick up that one. Like I said, I'm enjoying it. I've been in my era of like memoirs lately because I'm also listening to another book. Y'all, I'm reading multiple books at the same time. I don't even know who I am at this point. I've been listening to...
Done with Chelsea.
I don't know, homie. Like, this is confusing for me too, okay? Because wild. But I've been listening to Viola Davis's memoir on audiobook because she actually reads the book. And that's also... I
have that book. I bought it, but I haven't read it yet.
It is wild. The opening line will catch your attention. Like the first chapter will have you invested in this woman's life like never before. And I was just like, I can't repeat it. Tatiana! What? Okay, sorry. She hasn't made it to a chat before, you guys, and so I'm really excited because that's one of my author friends, one of my besties in the author realms, and I love them so much. So, also, we both did an interview with Tatiana, so you can go check out the one on Audra's channel. There is a link to her channel in the description because y'all know how we do. And if you go to my channel, my latest latest video is actually an interview with Tatiana. You get the full thing. So check that out. Also, if you're in a podcast, the latest episode is her interview as well. So get into it however you like to get into it. But That being said, you guys, we are all over the place. Also, Fred came in. Hello. We are going to start with this great pie debate because Audra's out here slandering sweet potato pie. Like, it is not the superior holiday pie.
But it is not. You all can say what you want. It ain't changing my mind. I make pumpkin pie from scratch with real pumpkins that I bake, and then I array it and make it nice and smooth and creamy and make the crust and everything. So just, I'll say what you want. I'm
gonna say what I want, and sweet potato pie is clearly superior because we do the same thing with sweet potato pie. We make the crust, we go ahead and get the potatoes from the ground in the farm, and then we make it ourselves. You know what? The only good thing about pumpkin pie is the fact that when you bite into it, you get disappointed because it's not sweet potato pie. That is the only thing that pumpkin pie has for. I guarantee that 9 times out of 10 people pick up a slice of pumpkin pie thinking that it is sweet potato pie, and they bite into it and get hit with nothing but disappointment.
My family loves it. My husband's family loves it. My grandmother loved it. Pumpkin pie.
I guess that's that northern stuff because we in the South like sweet potatoes.
Because my grandmother was from Macon, Georgia.
And
she loved pumpkin pie.
Well, you can be South and Southern and wrong too sometimes. That's all right. This is one of those cases. That's okay. We forgive her.
The whiskey has me feeling too good. You can have what you want. Lie, you can shut the hell up. Your little short jokes that I'm never going to forget that. So, who care?
See,
pumpkin pie?
I'm with Reed Love Listen. She said, first is sweet potato pie. Absolutely. Second is peach cobbler. Amen. And then third is apple pie. And pumpkin bread is decent. I like pumpkin bread. I like pumpkin spice lattes. I will take pumpkin spice flavored things, but don't hand me no pumpkin pie. I don't want it. I don't want it.
Flavored things always give me migraines for some reason. I don't know what they do to pumpkin spice, but it gives me migraines. I do pumpkin pie, and Fred is with me. Thank you, Fred.
Frederick is also wrong.
No, we are right. Okay. Crucify Jesus for being right. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry, what?
Jesus was in the minority. He was right. They crucified him. So I'm in the minority, which means I'm right. Whiskey is really good.
That's not how that logic works, but you know what?
There's much whiskey in here, but this is really good.
You put way too much whiskey in that. I can tell you that right now. Because the way you just compared Jesus' crucifixion to pie, I don't know, man. You might want to sit with that for a second. You might want to think about that for a second.
Him being in the minority. Like, I'm in the minority with the pumpkin pie. So because he was in the minority, I'm in the minority, therefore I'm right. Because me and Jesus are in the minority like that.
I mean, if you want to think about it that way, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that logic because technically he's Jesus. God is everywhere and everything, and therefore that makes him the majority by default, does it not?
No, but he was in the minority as far as when he walked this earth because nobody liked him.
Okay. I
ain't hating on nothing, Miss Thing. I'm short and I'm proud of it. Ben, I didn't put down sweet potato pie. I just said that pumpkin pie is the best. Sweet potato pie is okay.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem with folks like y'all. Y'all can't even stand 10 toes down on your side of the fence. Either you want the pumpkin pie or you want the sweet potato pie. You can't be getting 2 slices of pie at the function.
As many slices of pie as I want. My plates do not discriminate. I will put it all on there, but I'm gonna eat the pumpkin before I eat the sweet potato.
How you gonna tell the difference? They look exactly the same.
You can tell the difference. And if that's the case, then why are you hating on the pumpkin?
Because it's disappointing when you bite into it and it's not a sweet potato. We've been through this. I literally hate pumpkin pie so much because there have been so many occasions where I was like, oh, the chicken is trash. The greens are trash. Everything on this table at this event that we're offering is garbage. Hot garbage. But at least we have a pie. This is clearly a store-bought pie. There's no way you can mess this up. And then you know how they mess it up? They bought a pumpkin pie. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? You could have bought a sweet potato pie. You could have just not brought anything. You could have brought a cake. You could have brought cupcakes. You could have brought cookies. You could have brought any universal sweet. And instead, you brought pumpkin pie. And you thought that was a good idea. Somewhere in the crevices of your brain, that those synapses were firing. It was like, let's do this.
Can't wait to visit Chelsea one day so that I can bring her a pie and tell her it's sweet potato.
You know what?
Watch the disappointment on her face when she bites into it and it's not sweet.
And y'all will understand why I became a villain in real life. Y'all will understand my origin story. It's here on display for all of you to see. Because the moment you see me in jail and Audra's in a hospital somewhere, they're gonna be like, "Oh, she brought her pumpkin pie, didn't she?" Yep. That's what happened. She just pushed her off the mountain. Damn it. Just yeeted her off the mountain.
I shall stand on the top of Pilot Mountain in North Carolina with my pumpkin pie and yell from the top. Pumpkin pie is the greatest.
Sure.
Damn, I'm almost out of eggnog.
I'm glad, because you on the tins, homie. I'm gonna need you to calm that down. Anywho.
Why am I choosing extreme violence? Because that's the kind of, listen, when I tell y'all it's been a rough week, it's been a rough everything. I lost a cousin to congestive heart failure. I had another friend who's an Aggie, by the way, who had congestive heart failure, and he lucked out. He was really blessed. He had a heart transplant. He had congestive heart failure. My podcast is driving me crazy. I had 12 downloads last week because every Monday, Buzzsprout sends me
the update.
Tell me how many downloads. Like, yeah, I only had 12. Now, a week before that, I had 254. Whatever. It is what it is. But I'm tired. I am doing a lot. And I just need a break.
That's fair.
I don't know why I said all that. I totally forgot where I was going with that.
Probably because that's why you're drinking at 10 o'clock in the morning?
There you go. That's it. So it's been rough. And I'm cooking today. Cooking, like, just general stuff. Like, I made the brine, which is now cooling. It's going to take forever to cool. So I can put my turkey in the brine and then put that in the fridge. Sit.
Okay.
I totally forgot where I was going.
Anyway, who's cooking for Thanksgiving? Because that's Audra clearly is. Maybe should not be around hot utensils right now. But
I'm doing all the major cooking tomorrow because the Thursday morning we're driving to. Where do my parents live?
Okay.
It's Virginia. There we go. Yeah. So I'm cooking tomorrow.
Woo. Okay. My family's coming to my house, but we divided and conquered. So my mom has made she made the greens and she's bringing that with her. My aunt is bringing the turkey. No, my mom's bringing the turkey. I don't know. All I know is I'm in charge of the mac and cheese and the cake. That's all I know. So that's what I'm making tomorrow. So
Montrez is here. Hi, Montrez.
Hi, Montrez. Jocelyn is also here. Welcome.
Hi. Jocelyn, I was going to say hi to you, but you said sweet potato pie. So, yeah, I guess hi, but...
You know what? Everybody in the chat, except for Fred and Audra, who voted for sweet potato pie is correct. I'm sorry.
Some of y'all are secret pumpkin pie lovers.
Ain't no need to be secret about that.
Pie, because you're going along with the crowds, knowing you love pumpkin pie, but you just ain't brave enough to admit it.
Audra, that's the thing about the internet. It makes everybody brave. You just no one just agrees with you on this.
Whatever.
Anywho.
Crumbs on my shirt and I haven't eaten.
Now she's hallucinating. This is a journey. I am amused. I'm not even going to lie.
I keep wiping these crumbs off my shirt and they keep coming back in the same spot.
Ooh, a cream cheese pound cake sounds good. That sounds delicious.
No sweet potato pie, whatever.
My mom makes a sweet potato pie. That's what she's also bringing. That is literally the only thing that I know how to bake because it was like literally drilled into me. Like this is a family recipe. You have to learn how to make it because you're the only one. Your brother is not going to learn this. I was like, okay. So I have that like drilled into me. And so I know how to do that. And I know how to make cornbread from scratch. Those are only two things that I know how to bake from scratch. Other than that, I don't bake. I don't like baking. Baking upsets me. It's not my jam. I don't find joy in it. I don't like it. Like, no.
See, what is wrong with you? Why don't you like to bake?
I hate baking. It's because it's so exact, and then there are so many unspoken rules about baking because it's not like cooking, where cooking is just literally like, hey, put it in a pan and make sure it's not raw on the inside, right? That's literally the entirety of cooking. You know, you want to roast vegetables, you cut them up, you put them in the oven, and you make sure they're not raw anymore, okay? You want to cook meat, you cut it up, you put it in a pan, and you make sure it's not raw anymore, okay? You want to make spaghetti, you put the noodles in the water, you know what you do? You make sure it's not raw on the inside anymore. It's cooked all the way through.
Bake, you put it in the oven and you make sure it's not raw in the middle.
No. See. You trying to make it simple. You trying to make it simple.
It is simple.
But no, because when you make sweet potato pie, first you gotta wash the potatoes, and then you gotta boil them, and then you gotta let them cool, and then you gotta skin them, and then you gotta put it in there. Then you gotta make sure your eggs are room temperature. You gotta make sure your butter is room temperature. There are too many steps to this because if you pick cold eggs in a batter, it is not going to work, and it's going to come out all weird, and it's not going to taste good. And no one tells you that you have to make sure that the eggs are room temperature unless you have someone there to teach you. They don't put that in the recipes online. I don't like it.
You could, but the cake is easy though.
In a box. Thank you, Duncan Hines. Yes. Thank you, Paula Dean. Yeah. Thank you, Pillsbury. I am not making no cake from scratch. Hell nah.
I've done that too, though.
If you hand me a bag of flour with some eggs, butter, and sugar and tell you to make a cake, I'm gonna look at you and tell you to get out my house because I'm not doing it. You better bring me some Duncan Hines with some instructions on a box and leave me alone. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it.
That liar says she's bad at baking. You're bad at baking because that's what you get because you make fun of short people. And the gods knew when they were making you that you were going to make fun of short people. So they took away your baking skills. Now, Rita, listen, what you making that's non-traditional? I'm making turkey. I'm making my famous greens. I'm making mac and cheese. I am making a pumpkin pie. My mom is making mashed potatoes, her pound cake. My cousin is making her fruit salad and a regular green salad. My sister-in-law is bringing corn casserole. It's so good. And she's bringing another dessert. And that's what our meal is.
That is a lot of food. We're going to have turkey, mac and cheese, stuffing, greens.
Stuffing, gravy.
Yeah, stuffing and gravy. We'll probably have some cranberry sauce. And then we'll have a sweet potato pie and a jelly cake. I don't know if we're going to have anything else.
What's a jelly cake? What is that?
No one knows what a jelly cake is. I mean, it is, but it's like really simple. It's literally just a box cake with apple jelly icing. It's super simple, but it's good. It's good. So,
I'm taking your niece for Christmas. I'm just letting you know.
Good Lord.
Yeah, she's gonna wake up with no knees on Christmas. When you wake up with no knees, don't say nothing to me. Okay? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, goodness. Ben cracks me up. This is why I married him. He makes me laugh. He amuses me.
Well, what he said?
He said, last week you said you ain't never heard of Good Burger. This week you waging war against sweet potato pie. Audra, we may have to put your card up for review next year.
Nobody put my card up for nothing.
Okay. But no, like,
my card is safe and secure and locked away.
I'm just saying, questionable. Although jumping around because my brain, non-linear thoughts, whatever. That's where we're at today. But non-traditional meals. I was thinking, I kind of want to migrate toward less traditional meals, but my mom is very much like, we gotta have it this way. And I'm like, I ain't finna argue with you, homie. I'm not. You got it. And especially if you're gonna pay for the food, cool. All I gotta do is make it. All right, bet. We can have whatever you want. But I'm also like, I don't know. When we went to California, we had like these roasted Brussels sprouts with chopped almonds on top. And I was like, the way I would really love to make that for my family. But the only time we all eat together is one of the holidays. I'm like, maybe we could just like sneak that in there. Possibly. But
You have it as another side, yeah.
we could,
Yeah.
but my family is very, very traditional, and I respect that.
I remember once my brother-in-law, my husband's oldest brother, said that we were going to do a non-traditional meal, but it was going to be good. It was going to be filling. We trusted him, okay, for Thanksgiving.
Not we trusted him.
He gave us these plates. I mean, the presentation, I will say, was beautiful. But he gave us each this little piece of salmon like this big with like 3 sprigs of asparagus diagonal across the plate and like a little teeny dollop of mashed potatoes. And that was the entire meal. Like you go in them fancy restaurants and they give you that presentation is awesome, but it's like a gram worth of food. Like it's just like these 3 little blobs of food. And that was it. And we were like, okay, is there more? And he was like, no, that's it. I made just enough so that everybody has a beautiful.
He gave y'all hors d'oeuvres.
He for sure did. I was so mad.
I love that for you.
When we left, the next day I went to Safeway. I got a turkey. Thankfully, they had some fresh ones in that were not frozen, which I was shocked because normally they just have frozen turkeys. They had just gotten a shipment in. They had some fresh turkeys. I got a fresh turkey. I got all the fixings. I came home. I made everything. My mother-in-law was like, she called me up. She was like, please tell me that you were mad that you decided to make a traditional Thanksgiving meal. I said, I did. And she said, okay, I'm coming over.
Look, it be like that sometimes. It really did.
And the thing is, the oldest one, Cliff, who made the meal, his wife came over too. Like, everybody came over. We had, like, Thanksgiving the day after Thanksgiving. Everybody was like, I don't know what Cliff was thinking when he did that, but that was not cute at all.
See, I'm not that bold. I would just literally alter the menu a little bit. Like that's it. But I would never just be like, oh, by the way, you have a singular bite. Enjoy.
No, man, we supposed to eat until we can't eat no more.
Yeah,
that's the one day you supposed to stuff yourself.
That's okay because I like to experiment throughout the year. So that's what I enjoy cooking is like when I have a safe space to like try new recipes and stuff. I'm not even a big traditional like cooker meal type person. I do it because my family enjoys it. Because if not, the way my adult brain is like so over the holiday. I'm like, I want to see y'all. I want to spend time with y'all, but I would rather like low key just order in some Chinese food and we sit around playing games and watching movies and having fun than being in this kitchen for like 10 hours making a meal that we're all going to be like, oh, okay, this is great. And then we're going to be sick of it by Saturday. We don't need as much food. We don't. Because they're coming to my house, but my mom already knows, like, this turkey, go ahead and take that on up out of here. Those 3 pies you finna make. Because the thing is, my mom grew up in a really big family. She can put her foot in a sweet potato pie, but there are going to be 4 of them because she doesn't know how to make any less than 4 pies at a time. So it's going to be like, go ahead and take them other 3 pies on up out of here.
Remember that my mother is half Italian. And she cooks like a true Italian woman. That's why I said, Mama, I'm going to do the cooking. You can make the mashed potatoes and the pound cake. Because, I mean, there's going to be a good amount of us there. So we probably won't have very much left over. But, oh, my God. Like, I cook. I have taught myself how to cook in smaller portions. Because I used to cook just like my mom. Because she taught me how to cook. And she cooks like a true Italian woman. Because you must have an army's worth of food. Because you never know who is stopping by. You combine that with my grandfather, who is Southern, and you know how Southern folks are. You must have food.
Yeah.
You combine that. We never, at Thanksgiving at my grandparents' house, we never had room at the table for the plates. The huge, long dining room table, mind you, my mother has 4 sisters, and everybody had kids, so Thanksgiving was always packed. But that huge, long dining room table that fit all of us around it, there was never room for plates. It was just for the food.
I believe it.
And then the kitchen table was for all the desserts. Yeah.
I mean, I believe it. So always a ton of food. Like, that's something I've had to do as an adult too. It's just like, there's just 2 of us. I don't need to make food enough for like 6 to 8 portions. That's just, we don't need that much food. So it takes a while to like untrain your brain to be like, no, I don't need to pick up 4 cans of tomatoes. I only need 1. And because in your brain, you're like, I'm doing something wrong. This doesn't make any sense. This is a staple. I need to keep it in the house. And you're like, no, leave it there. Leave it in the store. Anywho.
Yeah, and then you do that, and then you go back to the store the next time, and you forgot that you already bought 4 cans, so then you buy 4 more cans, and then you got all them cans of tomatoes. I'm just saying, like, I cleaned out my spice cabinet a week ago, because it was just getting overloaded, and stuff would just fall out I had 12 jars of nutmeg.
Why do you need 12 jars of nutmeg? No one uses that much nutmeg.
No, because I would do what I just said. I was like, do I have nutmeg? I think I do. But let me just buy 2 just in case.
Just in case.
I had 15 things of cinnamon. I had 4 things of poultry seasoning. I had 6 things of different grades of pepper, from coarse to fine.
But you always need pepper though.
Yeah. I had what is it? It was like nutmeg, cinnamon, ginger, allspice. I had like 10 of each of them things. So I took the ones that were the most fresh and threw all the rest out. Now my spice cabinet, but that's what I do. I like go to the store. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I have this, but I'm going to get it just because I don't want to come home and then not have it and then have to go back out.
Nah, I've literally got to the point where I'm like, if I don't have it, I will acquire it on a later day. Like, we just not gonna have it today. But one of the things that I want to do next year is I've found that you can actually make a lot of the seasonings yourself, like super simple. And so the stuff that I use all the time, like garlic powder and onion powder, I'm gonna try making it myself to see how that turns out. But we will see because these are all like the people on Pinterest who are like, oh my God, I go out to my garden. I'm like, I ain't going out to no garden. I will go out to the grocery store and go get me some onions, but we'll see how that works out. You know,
I make my own basil and arugula like that because I grow it out in the backyard, and then I pick it and then I dry it in the oven and crunch it up and put it in the jars. I haven't tried garlic yet, but I have grown garlic, but I haven't dried it.
Yeah, part of me is like, I really need to learn how to grow things, but another part of me is just like, I really don't want to have to go outside every day. Like, that really just does not sound like a good idea for my mental health. And I know that sounds counterproductive because you're like, Chelsea, going outside, vitamin D, that's good for you. First of all, vitamin D comes in a nice little jar. It comes in a gummy. Okay, it's called Black Girl Vitamins. They're great. They're delicious. Take 2 every day. First of all. Second of all, there are spiders outside. And spiders like plants. And I can't handle that. Like,
if you have a garden, you will have praying mantises, you will have slugs, you will have ladybugs, you will have stink bugs, you will have every kind of bug that has never been in your yard before will come to your yard just for the garden. You will be fighting the pest war every single day.
And that's why I got a garden. And that's why I'm not gonna have a garden. Like, it is so crazy. I just need y'all to know if the apocalypse happens, I just need somebody to come get me. I can cook, all right? I can do the things once it's out the dirt, all right? Just don't make me go in the dirt.
You could come here. You could come stay with me. I will grow, and you can help me cook.
I got you. Like, I know I got that. I can.
Symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
I'll grow, you cook.
Yeah.
We good.
Just don't leave me here. Come get me.
Listen said, Chelsea, get your sunlight. I love going outside and seeing the rabbits and the hummingbirds.
Okay.
La says too many bugs, not worth it.
See, me and La, we understand each other. We get each other. No. Also,
I do love being outside. It is relaxing. I love being out in the soil. I always have my gloves on, though, because I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared of bugs. I don't like worms, even though worms are great for your soil. I do not like to touch those things with my bare hands, so I have to have my gloves on. But I do like being outside in my garden.
Also, shout out to Amanda who came in while we've been talking.
Hello.
Also, she also voted for sweet potato pie. I just want you to know you're losing this war. Anyway.
What?
Also,
It is not a war because I am right and you all are wrong.
It's amazing to see someone's entire empire crumbling and they're still being like, I'm winning. Like, you don't have a castle anymore. It's been destroyed. Your soldiers are gone.
My castle has you all are stinking in the moat that is around my castle, holding your sweet potato
We
pie.
are standing on the backs of your men who have already fallen. You're not winning this.
Your business, I have mine, right?
I can't. Also, if you guys are in the after chat, Ash suggested that we share pictures of our Thanksgiving spreads. I'm for that. Mine's probably not going to be pretty.
Take pictures anyway.
Yeah, it's probably not going to be pretty, but it's going to be good. And I'm okay with that. Because
I always take pictures and post them, so I have no problem doing that.
Yeah. And if you're not a part of the after chat, you can join. $5 gets you in. So even though this is the last episode of the Melanin Chat season for season 4, we still gonna be active in the Discord. So if you still want to hang out with us, that is the place to join. $5 gets you in, and it supports the Melanin Library at the same time. Whoop whoop, win. Anywho.
Speaking of 2024, what are your plans for 2024, ma'am?
Lots of writing. So okay, there's a thing that I am organizing that I have been talking about for a long time that I will talk to you guys more about in the after chat. But it's kind of mind-blowing that it's coming together and it's coming to fruition. And it's just like, wow, okay, this is kind of crazy. I'm excited. So I'm working on that. That's going to be coming. Also working on, like, collectively an event for not 2024, but 2025. But 2024 is going to be the year that we're getting it all together. So organizing it, putting things in place. I'm really excited about that. Also going to be trying to amp up the podcast in certain ways. So if you guys have been listening to the podcast, you'll notice that I've been doing more interviews and such lately. I plan to kind of lean into that, especially since Ben is helping me with it. And I figured out how to get the transcripts and stuff and do the dual captions. I want to talk to more people. But I also want to get consistent with the YouTube channel. So that is on the docket. And if you guys are signed up for the Patreon, y'all know that one of the things that I said I was going to work on is doing an author read of my books. So also that, but mostly a lot of writing. I'm working on my 3rd book, which Project Necromancer. It's underway. I am very amused by myself. I ain't gonna lie. I think it's great, but you know, I wrote it. So there's that. But I also want to write the 3rd book in the trilogy. That's also on the docket. I've also started writing that. And I'm also very amused by myself. I think I'm a good writer, but also biased. And I want to submit to, like, one of the things that has kind of been on my mind since I found out about it, since I started writing, is I wanted to submit to Fire Lit Mag. And I have I've never done it, mostly because the prompts, either I found out about them too late to put together a submission that I really would be proud of, or I didn't have, like, something that would fit into one of their prompts or whatever. So this year, but they put out the prompts ahead of time. So one of their prompts, I'm like, ooh, I think I have the perfect idea. So I want to submit to that. That's kind of like nerve-wracking, but I really want to do that. So working on that. And then also the Melanin Library, just like in general. So just a lot of writing, but also just a lot of, like, putting things in order and getting consistent with things. Because I feel like this year was like starting things, I guess, but next year is like being consistent with things. And which also means that I'll probably be on, whatchamacallit. I'll probably be around less on the internet, but also around more in the Discord. So 50-50.
And how was your trip to California? Did you show everybody the picture with the mama?
I didn't. I sent it to you. I was gonna put it in like a vlog, but that hasn't happened yet. I've realized that I don't like vlogging. I really, 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 really hate it.
Okay, but the way that picture would have been up on Twitter. Oh, she sent me a picture of her standing with Omar Epps, who was holding her book.
I will drop it in.
He said he's gonna read it. Like, what? That shit would have been on Twitter, Instagram, everywhere. Threads. I would have had that shit up everywhere.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
It was a very cool moment. It was a very cool moment. I'm not gonna lie. I guess it's kind of like surreal because it's just like, I'm sure he says that to everybody who offers him a book, right? But also,
No matter.
yeah. But I'll drop the picture in the Discord to share with you. But other than that, the trip to California was good. It was fun. We went to Venice Beach after the event, so we actually got to see a little bit of California while we were there. We got to eat some good food. Although I talked about this in the Author Council, and I'm gonna tell y'all this now. If you live in California, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. But y'all are ridiculous with them prices. Why y'all make me pay $60 for some freaking egg sandwiches, homie? Like, I'm not about that life. What the eggs on bread?
It's expensive. I have several friends and family members that live out there, and California is expensive.
Ain't ever doing it again. Y'all got the wrong one, right one, whatever you want to call it. I will be hungry and eat sand before I pay $60 for egg sandwiches ever again in my life. And y'all know what the problem is? Y'all put no prices on menus. Y'all just be going up there all big and bold like your pockets are endless. Like, first of all, tell me how much things cost. But you wait until after I done ordered and people behind me to be like, oh, by the way. Like, I ain't about it. But other than that one place that we went to that was ridiculously expensive, the food was actually pretty good. I got to meet Antoine Bandelli in real life, so I actually have pictures with him too. So that was really cool. I met another author. Her name is Karis. She writes middle grade. She's hybrid published, and I want to buy one of her books. Even though I ain't got no middle grade kids in my house, and my nephew ain't nowhere near being middle grade, she got googly eyes on them books when you buy them from her. And the way I am a sucker for a cute gimmick, I'm finna get the book. So, but the event was also really good. I met a lot of people. I sold to every demographic, which was wild to me. So I sold to a lot of old people, which was kind of wild. Not to like, no shade to the old people, but like my target demographic is like Black women in their like early 20s, early 30s, right? 20s to early 30s, right? When I tell y'all that there are so many older people, there's this lady who came up and she was like, oh, I should tell my great grandson about this. And then she went and got him and he looked at it. He's like, shook our heads, like, hey, you know, what's up? Because he's like really into fantasy stuff. But he's like, I ain't got no money. And she's like, well, I'm gonna get this for myself. And I was like, okay. Okay. So that, and then there's this white lady who came up and she was just like, she looked at it, didn't speak. She was like, She's like, I'll take one in hardback. Didn't ask me what the book was about. Didn't want the spiel. Nothing. She was like, I'll just take one in hardback. I was like, okay. Don't let me stop you from being Grey Holmes. That whole transaction was like ordering from the Chinese restaurant.
Money.
Took 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Money is money.
It was great. But we sold out all the books. So that was really great. I was a little hesitant at first. I was like, am I doing this wrong? I don't know, but once like we actually got some traffic going, and then Omar Epps, because he actually writes fantasy, so once he was on stage and people came to see him, a lot of those people actually saw my book and like picked it up.
Oh wow!
So, and then there's this one guy he was such a Californian white dude. It was great. He had like on a backwards cap, and he had on like ripped jeans and was carrying a skateboard. And I was just like, I guess this is where the stereotypes come from. But he looks like he kick pushes a lot, and it was just, yeah, he was really cool. He bought a book too. He bought it in cash. 2 people bought books in cash, and I was like, what am I going to do with physical money, y'all? Most of these places don't even take physical money. There are literally signs saying, hey, sorry, we don't take physical money.
Which is illegal, by the way, because it says right on the bill that it's for all debts, public and private. It's actually legal to not take cash, but that's another story.
You know what? I can't even be mad about it because COVID, I understand people don't want to have not even COVID, but like if you've got a small business like me, I have a small business, so it's like the book is $30. If you hand me 2 $20 bills, I can't give you no change. I cannot accept your payment unless you're giving me a $10 tip. I can't do it. So it's just like, as a small business, I cannot help you. But if you need a card, you can tap, you can swipe, you can dip, you can type it in, you can do whatever it is that you need to do with that card. But that cash, Homie, do I look like I walk around with a cash register? I can't. But yeah, I didn't know that it was against the law, but I've seen a lot of places that says like, hey, we only accept contactless payments. So I'm like, contactless, y'all getting up there. Y'all can't even swipe. Things are changing. But yeah, overall it was a good trip. I will try to go back next year if it's a possibility. So we will see about that. And yeah. I'll probably do a couple things a little differently because I am who I am. And that's bougie as I'll get out. So a couple things would definitely be different. But it was a good trip. It was a good trip. And like I said, it kind of helped me shape what I want to do for 2024. Because I mentioned this yesterday on my threads, but I'm like, you know what? This year was a year of yes. 2024 is going to be the year to get out of my face. I feel that in my spirit. Like, I really feel like I need a year to recover from this year of yes. Like, no, absolutely not. If you don't know me,
no.
It's really going to be the no new friends era. Like, if you didn't know me, if you wasn't shooting with me in the gym back in 2022, 2023, I cannot help you. All right? Because, buddy, exhausted, okay? You don't understand how many times I've had to go into the group chat and be like, y'all, these people are really playing in my face and I'm trying to be nice about it. And I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to be chill. But like, for real, I'm about to lose all of my cool points because if I see them in person and on site, it's going to be on site and I'm going to forget where I'm at for a moment. Because some people really be trying to play in your face. And I'm like, you know what? This is my year of yes. I did this to myself. Year 2024 is not a year of yes. And if you do this to me, there will be consequences. All right? Don't even, If just come correct or don't come at all.
2024 is going to be the year of F around and find out.
2023 was the year of F around. 2024 is the year of find out. Okay? All right? Y'all done F'd around this year. Next year, y'all finna find out. Keep playing.
Y'all got bold because she said it was the year of yes. Now y'all finna find out. Y'all
finna be like, oh, I thought Chelsea was so nice. I ain't never said that. I ain't never said that. That's actually the opposite of my brain.
If anybody has ever said that Chelsea is nice, you have never watched not one of these Melanin Chats. Because she has said on many occasions, I am not a nice person. Okay? This is the chick, and I have it on video, when we were at Resist Books. And Demetrius was telling us about the haunted basement. And I said, let's go walk to it. This little girl pushed me and ran the other direction.
If one of us got to get taken, it's not going to be me.
And that's exactly what she said.
Every man for themselves.
She pushed me. First time seeing her in person after 3 years of knowing her. My sister, and she pushed me and ran the other direction. It was like, one of us is gonna get got, ain't gonna be me.
I never gave you any kind of signals that I would do anything differently. I never gave you the impression that I would save you. I never gave you the impression that I would go down those stairs with you. I never gave you the impression that I was going to be the one who was going to take the hit for you.
I thought maybe because it was our first time finally meeting in person.
See, you know what that was? You assumed things. You know what they say about assuming things? You make an ass out of you and me. All right? You shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Sorry. Try to tell you. I'm very straightforward about these things. You should have asked Ben. He could have told you. I am the nicest person to him out of everybody in my life, and I'm still not that nice to him. So
listen, Chelsea is that person, y'all. She has that philosophy that if you are running from Jason or Michael or Freddie, she ain't gotta be fast.
I gotta be faster than you. That's where that height come in handy. Got that stride, bruh. If nothing else, so I gotta be faster. I just gotta extend my legs a little bit more. Y'all, I never gave y'all the impression that I was anyone different. Did I? Did I lie?
Nope. I just thought maybe it would be a little different when we were meeting for the first time, but
I don't know what that got to do with nothing, honestly. I'm confused what the correlation is supposed to be. I feel like that first impression should be most honest. I want you to walk away knowing who I am for sure, for true. Because let me tell you, if I had, we wouldn't have been friends. I wouldn't have liked you. That was me getting away from you. If I let the ghost take me, I was trying to get away from you, okay? Nah, homie. But that being said, you guys, if you're here in the chat, then y'all can rock with me in 2024. But I really am. Also, while it's on my mind, if you guys don't have my books yet, Resist Booksellers is running a sale. You can get both my books for 50% off this week for Black Friday. So, I posted about it on my Instagram, and y'all know how much I hate going over there. So,
wow.
Be sure to check it out.
Instagram?
Look, man.
Uh-oh.
If you tag me, I get the notification. I come long enough to share it to my stories, and then I leave. That's it.
Chelsea, that's so funny.
But yeah, and they have a lot of books on sale actually for Black Friday. It's not just mine. So, but I know mine is one of the fantasy books. I think the other books are like memoirs and stuff. So, if you're interested, they're having Black Friday sales. Go check that out. If you want to get the books directly from me, I'm not having a sale on my website, but you can always go there to get the book signed and come with a map and some artwork. So there's that. I do have We Are the Origin in stock because I had to get some. I had to get a whole crate when we went to California. So if you want the first book in the series and you want it signed, I do have them in stock. So you want to get that while the getting is good. So yeah. I have the second book too, but you gotta read the first one first. So, anywho, I say all that because I redid the website, so you can go to writteninmelanin.com/store, and you can see it. And if you don't, just go to writteninmelanin.com and click around. I redid the whole website, and it looks really pretty. At least I think so. So, there's that. That being said, Audra, I talked about me. Sorry. I mean, it's my show, so I'm not gonna apologize. But also. What do you got coming up for 2024? And then we're moving. This is your warning that in the next couple of minutes we are moving to the after chat. So if you're not signed up, go ahead and do that.
It's all about you, baby. I don't have much for going on for 2024. I do know that I'm scaling back between the reads. I am only doing 2 episodes a month because I have some business venture that I am undertaking that's going to take up a lot of my time. Mm-hmm. But even if I wasn't doing that, I'm still just scaling back to 2 shows a month because it's a lot to read. Sometimes I would have 2 shows a week. So, reading between 4 and 8 books a month is a lot, especially trying to, come up with original questions and stuff like that. And especially for most of these authors to be playing games and not even sharing about the episode.
Playing in your face. Look, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, and there's not... I don't mind it because I don't mind shedding the light on authors, but there's not a lot of thanks in return, which I don't really expect, but I would expect you to at least talk about the episode. And since that's not happening and it's starting to take the joy out of reading for me, I'm just going to cut back to 2 episodes per month. And I'm going to be very picky about who I have on. I'm going to read a book, and if I like the book, then I'm going to have the author on the show. Which is the way that I actually had planned the show when I originally started. So I'm going to go back really kind of to the way that I started it in 2020. And just have a private business venture that I'm going to be doing, and I'll share that once it's up and running, and not even related to books, just something I'm doing. And that's it. Just, I have some goals of, I want to move to a different house. I want to get some land, and so this business that I'm going to be doing is going to help me get to that. So that's 2024 for me.
I love it. So, that being said, you guys, that is, I think, pretty much it for this episode. If you guys want to support Audra, which I highly suggest that you do because we love Audra, one, go sign up for her Patreon. I am also signed up for it. So, and I'm going to say this because it's also the last episode, but if you guys don't support creators, specifically Black creators, by joining their Patreons or their communities or things like that, like, that's cool, not gonna shame you or anything, but I want you to know that when you sign up for those things, it really helps us out because it's the only source of like stable income for a lot of us from our creative endeavors. So if you really enjoy what someone is doing, and it doesn't have to be us, I'm not just talking about me and Audra, but I'm literally talking about any Black creator, and they say, hey, I have a Patreon, hey, I have merch, hey, I have something, and you really are about what they're doing, like, please support them, because for a lot of us, this is really like a hobby trying to turn it professional, and it's really hard to justify taking that leap of faith when you don't have anything to be like, hey, there are actually people who are going to stand 10 toes down in what I'm doing. So if you can, if you can support financially, obviously I know what kind of economy we're living in. I know how it is for everybody, but if you can, I highly suggest that you do that. There are links in the description box below if you want to check out the Written Melanin Patreon, if you want to check out Audra's Patreon. And when you sign up, Patreon does tell you about other creators who are doing other things. So it's kind of like, if you like, I'm not going to get into it, but just be about what you say you're about if you're going to. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But that being said, you guys, we are going to go ahead and move over to the after chat. Like I said, if you are new here, thank you for joining us on the last episode of the season. We will be back in January. The second week of January, I believe, is when we're coming back. I have it on the calendar. Hold up, because I want to tell y'all the truth. Don't give me the line. Let's see here. We did set I hope we set a date for that already, right, Audra? I feel like we did.
Did we? I don't think so.
Did we? Okay, well, I'm making it up right now. We finna be back. Oh, snap. Okay, we finna be back on most likely on January 9th, either the 9th or the 16th, one of those days, as long as nothing changes. Of course, that depends on our schedules and what life looks like, but we will keep you updated. Please, if you're a part of the Discord, you would get updates first, as it is. But yeah, anyway, I think that's it. I almost don't want to say goodbye because it's the last one for the year. But we got to go because we got other things to do today. So moving over to After Chat, thank you guys so much for being here. If you haven't already, go ahead, like this, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so you don't miss when we go live again. I do writing sprints on Thursdays, not this Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, but generally speaking, I do writing sprints on Thursdays, and you don't want to miss when the Melanin Chat comes back in the new year. So tell a friend about it, tell a friend, all that good stuff. But that's it. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas,
Happy holidays,
Happy
Merry
Kwanzaa,
Christmas, Happy New Year,
Happy New Year,
Kwanzaa.
All that good stuff.
Happy Pumpkin Pie Day.
Don't let her fool you into being miserable over this holiday season. Get your sweet potato pie and be happy. All right, that's it. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. And until next time, I hope your days are lovely and your books are interesting. Bye, you guys.